Sifting through public records, Marx would find what he was looking for: traces of the destructive consequences of rampant capitalism.
This is a Children's Commission report, 1863, so exactly at the right time for Marx to be writing Capital. And there's a 9-year-old kid working a 15-hour day. Marx looks at that and he understands that in that story lies the whole secret of how the system works. The secret of capitalism is this idea of surplus value. Where does profit come from? Marx says it comes from work. When this little boy turns up to work, everything that's gone into getting in there, the food, the clothing, maybe the education, certainly the housing, costs some money. And his labour is worth all of that. But the amount of work he does during that working day, that 15-hour working day, is way above what he needs to. And the difference between what it should take, what his work is really worth, and what he's actually working is a surplus. That's where profit comes from. And we know, actually, that he is trawling through this stuff for these acute examples of exploitation, because he wants to shove the concept of exploitation right down the throats of mainstream economics. Mainstream economics then and today doesn't even accept that exploitation exists. When a factory falls on the head of a bunch of Bangladeshi garment workers, that's an accident. To Marx, it's one of the most fundamental laws of capitalism that the capitalist will extract the maximum amount of surplus value that they can.
Where's this system heading? What does he think the future of capitalism is?
Marx isn't predicting the imminent doom of capitalism. He understands that it is a fully functioning system, but he identifies the fragility that in a system based on profit, where all the profit is extracted from the work of people, then you hit limits. The first limit you hit is the working day, because you can't extend the working day forever. You must innovate, you must create machines, and the machines squeeze the worker more and more out of the production process. Then the very source of all the profit is squeezed into a tiny area. So you get repeated crises of profitability. People in Marx's time were asking, whose fault was it that X, Y, Z company went bust? Marx says it's not anybody's fault, it's the fault of the profit system, which is based on the exploitation of workers. And the exploitation of workers cannot go on producing the profit at the rate it is required to expand the system forever.